Hello and welcome back to Ontario Construction News Daily Podcast. The City of Toronto is planning to invest a record amount of money in housing and infrastructure upgrades. The proposed capital budget is set at $59.6 billion over 10 years, and it includes $10 billion for home building alone. Meanwhile, the Canada Community Building Fund has announced a $1 billion boost to green infrastructure projects, helping communities adapt to climate change and promote energy efficiency. Stay tuned for more on these and other stories on Ontario Construction News Daily Podcast. In Toronto, a proposed capital budget of $59.6 billion was recently announced. It's the largest 10-year plan in the city's history and focuses on housing investment and infrastructure repairs. Nearly $10 billion will be allocated for home building, while $32.4 billion will go towards state-of-good repair upgrades. The plan also includes $4.9 billion for transit and mobility, $2 billion for community services, and $2.9 billion for flood protection and net zero initiatives. A 1.5% increase in the city building fund levy will be added to property tax bills, and the combined operating and capital budgets will be supported by a 5.4% increase in residential property taxes. The city's budget process is currently underway, with public presentations and telephone town halls scheduled throughout the month. The mayor's proposed budget will be released on February 1st, and the full City Council will consider it at a special meeting on February 11th. York Region has updated its construction contracts to allow contractors to advertise their certificates of substantial performance in Ontario Construction News. The decision came after some contractors reported that York Region would not recognize notices published in OCN. However, York Region noted that it does not dispute OCN's compliance with the Construction Act or being a proper venue for publication of notices under the Act. The region previously emphasized the need for contractors to publish their CSPs in the Daily Commercial News, but acknowledged that potential lien claimants may still need to search among all compliant publications. Ontario Construction News has set up a search tool to simplify the search process for potential lien claimants. A new trade council called the Canada-US Trade Council was launched on January 10th. It aims to enhance Canada's trade relationship with the United States and prepare for the upcoming review of the Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement. The council includes industry leaders, labor organizations, and trade experts. It will serve as a platform for sharing information, developing strategies, and engaging in constructive dialogue with government officials. The council's co-chairs are Jean Simard, President and CEO of the Aluminium Association of Canada, and Catherine Cobden, President and CEO of the Canadian Steel Producers Association. They emphasize the importance of working together to address trade issues and reimagining Canada's future trade relationship with the U.S. And that wraps up the news highlights for this Friday, January 17th, 2024. The Ontario Construction News Daily Podcast team is committed to bringing you the latest industry developments. If you appreciate this podcast, please share it with your colleagues or subscribe to our newsletter for regular updates. The podcast is created with the help of AI and will be back on Monday with more news and updates. For more construction news and in-depth analysis, visit www.ontarioconstructionnews.com. Have a great day and see you next time.